Happy Wednesday, Georgian Bay! Welcome to this week's episode of The Scoop, your backstage pass to the people, stories, and conversations shaping our community. I'm Katerina, Kova, and I'm so excited to introduce you to our lovely three guests this week. But first, let's check in with my co-host, Janene and Nadia.
Hi, gorgeouses.
How are you?
Is that a word?
Yes,
It is now.
Okay, ladies, question for you. What kind of weekend meal person are you? Are we talking like lunch, brunch, breakfast, desserts with no regrets?
Ooh.
I am most definitely a brunch person. Going for brunch, especially like with some girlfriends, is such a treat for me. And like I'm talking going to like a nice restaurant where you can have a nice like salmon benny or like a lobster or something. Like it's like a treat. You know,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that time. And then like some sparkling orange juice or something. Yeah.
Yeah, non-alcoholic mimosa is perfect. Yeah. Oh, that's
What about
fabulous.
you?
I don't have weekends. As a creative person, I just work all the time. So they just kind of, the days blend into one. But I am very much a breakfast person. And my breakfast is always avocado toast and coffee, obviously with water. And that's it. Like, I just love to start my day off. I like that it's uniform. I never get tired of it either. It's been like years that I've been
Every
doing
morning
this.
is just
Every
avocado
day.
toast.
Yeah.
It's almost like she's an army brat. I love it. I love it.
I just like it because it's just boom, you get there. It takes me time to wake
if
up.
your avocado isn't ripe though?
That's horrible. It's a horrible day.
Yeah.
Then it's like a banana and like some other fruit or berries. Like I get lost for sure. I don't know what
do
to
you
do
do?
with myself.
It's not ready
sometimes
for
it is. You're like, no, please.
Oh, cat.
I know.
What about
I know.
this?
Dependency.
What about you, Janene?
Listen, I'm a mix of everything. I love to make breakfast. I love to cook naturally, and I love to bake. I do. Even if it flops. But usually you'll see me around after I do my workout and I'm walking around. I would love to find myself, or I do find myself, at a local cafe. I love to have that. I love to have that moment with myself and just enjoy whatever's around me. If it's not breakfast, I'm making something awesome at home for lunch.
So are you making like a roast dinner? Like is that
Sometimes, and hello, why do we save all of these recipes on Instagram? My recipe folder, ridiculously long. And I like to pick one from them and actually make that dish.
I have that saved folder and I never look at it again.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
Mine's on
Save.
Pinterest too.
Yeah.
I'm like, it looks so beautiful. One day I'll do it when I'm older.
You've got to do it, people.
Yeah.
Work on those save folders.
Well, we're coming to your house for some food, for some brunch, or going out for some fancy eggs benny.
Sounds good to me. Yeah. Well, whether you're a slow brunch kind of person or someone who saves it all for dinner, we've got a surprise in store for you. Coming up next, we're going on location to a local gem that serves charm, champagne, and class.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Ooh, champagne! I love that.
Welcome back to The Scoop. We are on location at the beautiful KATHERINE'S Chateau in downtown Collingwood.
Joining us today is one of the incredible minds behind it all, Catherine Gregory. From Bay Street brilliance to boutique magic, this space reflects her shared passion with Kareem Morgan for elegance, experience, and community.
Catherine's created something truly unique here. Whether you're here for afternoon tea, a glass of champagne, or a little shopping, every detail invites you to slow down and savor the moment. Catherine, we are so excited to have you here today.
Thank you so much for coming. And happy spring.
So, Catherine, tell us your story.
So my story is I worked in financial services my whole career and founded a company about 25 years ago, raised the capital and grew it into this huge corporation, 400 people, 32 billion of assets. Kareem, I hired him probably into year 10 to work for me and be my EA and my office manager. And then great success, founding a company and a startup is always an interesting experience, an amazing adventure, I would call it. And then after COVID, my current shareholder said, okay, we've been in for 8 years. Thank you so much. It's time for us to depart and realize our gain. And so I said, okay, well, off you go. I'll go get new shareholders. Post-COVID, a little harder to do, but the response was amazing in the market. And so I had a 5-year vision, but the company that bought us was a competitor. So you can only have 2 giant CEO egos in the building at one at a time. And so then I thought, what do I do? I don't want to, go down the financial services path again. It's a different journey. Raising, hundreds of millions of dollars is arduous. And so, what do I like to do? I like to eat, and I like to drink, and I like to shop. And so I thought I'll put it all together. And so Kareem was obviously going to be departed as well post the sale. I said, "This is my idea. What do you want to do?" And he went, "Oh my God!" And I knew, we worked very closely together for many years, and I knew he would be a great person to come and help me kick this off. So I wanted, and also I think we all learned a lot after COVID. Why does special events or special venues have to be on just special occasions? Why can't we treat ourselves in special ways? And so champagne can be on a Sunday or a Friday. And afternoon tea, I'm a serial afternoon tea. I've traveled all over the world, so it's one of my favorite. And Kareem as well. He lived in London, and so he has lots of experience with high tea. And so the idea was to put it all together in one space, which is not that common in Canada. In Europe, it's very common, multiple. And I met with a guy who is a head of strategy for this big retail, brilliant man. And he said, that's exactly what people want post-COVID. They want to go out. They still have money to spend, although this year might feel a little bit differently about it, but they want to do something as well. So yeah, we put it all together. And the goal isn't to be elegant. The goal is to be comfortable and elegant and make it special with us constantly changing.
We need to know who does the shopping, the curating of
Just me.
Everything. Just you.
Just me.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've stopped shopping for myself since, and so I'm actually, so I buy all the merchandise, and I'm a designer a closet designer. And so I have a real estate attention deficit disorder just because I want to keep redesigning my house. And so my partner goes, in fact, my house is for sale right now. He's like, no, we just finished it. And so, and I like to design but I like to push myself out of my comfort zone and decorate things that I wouldn't normally do. So I'm not an industrial kind of a design thing, but I'm going to do my son's place as an example, and if he lets me. And so buying things, and most of it's online from a wholesale basis. Not all of it. We have great market wholesale places in Canada. The goal is for me to travel all over the world and find unique pieces that you just wouldn't find in sort of a Home Sense world or those kind of places. So I really wanted to do that and find some unique places that I love as well as others. And it's quite exciting for the staff. Every time we open a box, they go, "Oh my God, I love that." and I go, "Oh, thank heavens." Yeah. And so, I've studied merchandising. Not recently, obviously not in financial services. And so I think I have a good handle on what the margins look like and how to price it properly. Or I'll just go, I bought that, doesn't look as good as it should, so I'm just going to price it down and take the hit. So I love doing it. I am always been my whole life a crazy patriotic Canadian, and I have such pride. I get emotional when I talk about my patriotism, so I've worked very hard to try and get as much Canadian merchandise as possible. Oh, cool. And so watching this huge grassroots movement of people buying Canadian, it just speaks so much to me. It doesn't mean I don't have other things. I've certainly ceased any purchasing from the US, and so and we had a big sale since the grassroots movement got crazy. Everything from Canada is on sale. Now everything's on sale because we're going to do a renovation, but I love getting pieces that I wouldn't necessarily put in my house, but I think maybe you would, or you would, and they're just different pieces, and so I love doing it. It is my passion. I have help though. It's not like I do it all by myself. So and I've learned, you know, I have enough merchandise in storage for 2 years, so I maybe should take a step back.
Well, you know, you just touched on something, because my next question was, what's next for Katherine's?
So
You mentioned renovation.
yeah. Well, first I would say it's part of our DNA here. We are, I and Kareem and Jillian and the chef, the head chef, are easily bored. So we change our menu probably every 3 months.
Yeah, it's a
And
lot.
So it's a lot because, you know, when I go to a restaurant, if it's the same, or first of all, it's a book. The bylaw, I know. But I'd like to have different, and we like obviously seasonality. We're very excited about the spring and the summer seasons because we can buy so much more things local, and we're all about fresh and that, and of course Canadian. So we change the menu all the time. We even change our afternoon tea menu. I'll go, this looks the same. I'm tired of looking at it, and people love it. I think for the most part, certainly. So what's next is always evolving. I find this room to be beautiful, and I'm very proud of it, but it's a little clinical, so I'm gonna get some color on the wall. Oh my gosh. And so the renovation is a secret. And so I keep telling people, don't tell anybody, we want that big surprise.
Don't tell anybody, guys.
I've already told, I was only in yesterday, and Kareem goes, what? I've told 3 people. But, so what we wanted to do is create a space that was a little more just relaxing. You don't want to come in here and with all the flowers and the mirrors and the candle. So we're revamping the left-hand side, I call it the dining room and the apothecary department in our store, and getting better shelving so we can store everything in there. So the other, which is the kitchen department, will become a very comfortable, relaxed, sort of a pub environment.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. A little elevated pub, you know, and we're creating a little space because we love live entertainment, so we're making a little space. If they play in here, outside is great, but if they play in here, it's too loud, and so there's a little space that'll be able to hit this secret space that we're not telling anybody about, and increase the amount of live music. And of course, it's always outside in our beautiful patio.
And you host artists too.
We do.
Yes.
Yes, you know any? Yeah. So we have a gallery in our hallway. I call it my French gallery because the French tiles, I wanted to create a sort of a French look. And we have a gallery of local artists that we keep you know, changing over and over. And so Katerina, we've had her beautiful art in here. And every sort of 3 months, we sell it for them. We don't, you know, we just say, here you go, and lots of inquiries.
It's a lovely opportunity.
And it changes up, you know, the space feel a little bit from time to time. So that was Kareem's idea. I thought it was brilliant. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, Katherine, thank you so very much for your time and for being with us today.
Oh, my pleasure.
And you know what, we're going to put all your website and your socials and everything at the bottom. From Champaign and Collingwood to the spotlight in LA, our next guest took her small town roots all the way to the global stage, and she's joining us online from Los Angeles.
Originally from Midland, Ontario, Allie, Laliberte danced for some of the biggest names in music, and now she's giving back to the next generation of artists right here at home. So stick around after the break. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Wow, that's so cool. Who's that?
Ooh, Laliberte.
Welcome back to The Scoop. We just experienced the stunning Katherine's Chateau, where Katherine and Kareem turned their dreams into reality.
So beautiful. But it got me thinking, what did you two imagine your grown-up life would look like when you were a kid? Did things turn out how you pictured or completely differently?
Honestly, growing up in Trinity, was content creation ever a thing back then? No. Actually wanted to be a stewardess. Really? I had a cousin who was the head stewardess of the BWI airline, and we traveled a lot, and I really wanted to do that. But then we came to Canada, and I got into modeling. My mother did not want me to model, but I remember writing to the editor of Fashion magazine to recommend modeling agencies. And I remember the editor writing back. And I started modeling, but not because of that letter. I ended up traveling to New York, and somebody saw me and gave me contact information. Never used it, came back to Toronto. Elmer Olsen saw me, and that's how I started modeling.
Because that kind of sounds like a scam, like one of those scams.
Yeah,
where
right?
Like, here's my business card. You
Right?
like a model, yeah.
But no, man, did not expect my life to be like this at all. But it's fun.
So my family was in the hotel industry, and so it was it was my plan all through my childhood that I was going to be a hotel manager. That was my set plan, because it made sense to me. And then as it came time to graduate high school, I started to sort of wonder whether that was the direction I wanted to go. So I took a gap year, and then I produced a musical over that gap year. And then and then I was crying, and my mom was like, "Why are you crying?" And I was like, "Because I want to do that so badly." And so she was like, "Why don't you?" And so I went to musical theater school.
Wow.
And then from musical theater to film and television to any kind of sort of creativity and development of projects that sort of came from that. But hotel management, that was the plan.
Wow. And then just like a full pivot when you found something that you were really passionate about.
I really wanted to be rich.
Yeah.
I think all of us wanted to have kids. We always wanted to marry some gorgeous man, be rich, and just have that great life.
That life.
Cinderella.
I never wanted to be like a taken care of woman. I wanted to make my own money, but no, the arts. I chose the arts.
That's amazing. How about you, Kat?
I actually, when I was 4 years old, I declared that I was, to answer that question, that I was going to be an actress and an artist. And here I am, an actress and an artist. So I actually knew right away. And my parents were very supportive. I definitely tried different avenues from dance. Piano was actually something that I was really gifted at, and my mom really wanted me to be a pianist. I'm so sorry, Mom, still to this day. So I had a lot of training for that, and that was kind of where it was headed. And then one day I painted her a painting of a ballerina behind a piano, and she tells the story, and she's like, I just showed it to her. I think I was like 14 or 15 at that time. I'd already known that to be a pianist, you had to give up everything else. Like, you had to be that good. You would have no life, you would have no social life. Your entire life would be dedicated to piano. And I was dancing, and I really wanted to paint, and I wanted to act, and I wanted to explore the world and do different things. And I just knew I couldn't give myself to that artistry. So I painted her one, and she's like, "What is this? What are you trying to tell me?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry, Mom. This is what I want to do." Yeah, so I pursued the visual arts, the fine arts. I went to university, and then shortly thereafter, once I started exhibiting, I went into film, started acting, and here we are doing both. But
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, whether you followed your childhood dream or created something entirely new, it's time for our Let's Talk About It segment, where we highlight the people and projects making a difference in Georgian Bay.
Joining us from LA is Allie Laliberte, professional dancer and founder of the registered charity Brass Ring Dance. She performed at the Grammys, the American Music Awards, the Brit Awards, and shared the stage with artists like Rihanna, Drake, and Doja Cat.
But more than that, she's someone who's never forgotten where she came from. And she's using her platform to support young dancers in underserved communities through financial aid, inclusive training, and outreach in Indigenous spaces. Allie, thank you so much for speaking with us today. Allie, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. We're so excited to have you. How are you doing?
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness. Allie, let's start with your story. You grew up in Midland, and now you've performed on the world's biggest stages. Tell us about yourself, your journey, and how it led to starting Brass Ring Dance.
Yeah, well, like you said, I started dancing in Midland. I was always the artsy kid in my family. I did everything, every art under the sun. I was a guitar player, I sang, I was an actress. Don't tell little me, but she kind of sucked at all of them until I found dance. That was the one that stuck, that I was like, oh, it came really naturally. And it kind of like encompassed a lot of the things I liked about all the other arts. So once I found that, I was 13 and I was like, right, I think this is the one. I'm just going to stick with that. So as soon as I was old enough, I was driving myself to Toronto. I was just training more and more and more. I honestly could not dance more. I was dancing at studios, but I also switched high schools so that I could dance and get a dance credit, and teaching, and I wanted to do it all the time, and that's really what I did. um, and I was driving to Toronto. I was training, and just the more I saw, the more I wanted. I was meeting people that were doing music videos, and I was like, well, maybe one day I could do that. Like I like that, and then I would do it, and then I would meet someone that traveled for dance. And I was like, well, maybe I could do that, and it still is never ending. Like I still now I'm like, whoa, that person did that. I want to do it. Um, so yeah, it eventually led me to moving to Toronto. I worked as a dancer there. I taught a lot there. I lived in the UK and Europe for a little bit, and then eventually settled in LA about 5 years ago. Um, and yeah, the entertainment industry is very tricky. It's really hard, but my love for it has never wavered, and I've always just kind of gone through kicking and with a big smile on my face.
A true performer.
Yeah. Yeah, the typical story of it's hard, but if you love it, it's so worth it. Um, and when I moved to LA, it was right before COVID. And during COVID, I remember I had a little bit of extra money and I was like, well, I would like to donate it maybe. Like, I know everyone's going through a rough time and I would maybe like to support some dancers, ideally small town dancers. Like, small town dancers are very, there's like unique struggles, that small town folks in general just go through. So I started looking online and I was like, I can't really find anywhere that like supports dancers in small towns, and that doesn't mean it's not out there. I just couldn't find it. Um, so then I just reached out to the studios directly in Midland, and I was like, hey, is there a family that maybe could use a little bit of extra money towards their dancing or just in general? Like, and both studios immediately were like, we know exactly who to give this to. Like, and it's again small town, like you know each other, when other people struggle, and you're there for each other. So I was like, oh, that's amazing. So I did that, and it kind of got me thinking, like, well, maybe there should be something like that for dancers, and specifically in small towns. Like, we're often forgot about the small town folks. So I was like, okay, like maybe one day I would start a charity. And I just started looking into it, and that one day quickly became next week. It was so, I could just tell that there was such a need for it, and I didn't realize how, I don't want to say how easy it is to do it, because it's quite hard, like the charity world, but anyone could do it. So I was like, well, if I just like lock in and figure this out, I could do it. Um, and the reason why I did it so quickly is really just the need for support. Like, any studio owner we spoke to, any person in dance, anyone, and my own experiences. Like, I was the kid that I would jump in other people's cars because we couldn't necessarily, we had a big family. There was other kids my parents had to worry about. They couldn't drive me everywhere, let alone all the gas money. So I was the one jumping in other people's cars or staying in other people's hotel room. And other parents be like, "Oh, we'll just drive you, Allie. Come on." I'm like, "Thank you." And I really relied on that support. And so when I created Brass Ring Dance, I was like, well, I would like it to be that for other kids. I felt really lucky. I would be a fool to think I'd be where I am today without the support of the community and those families in the dance world. Um, so creating Brass Ring Dance was really something that I was like, well, I want to hone in on that small town community support that I relied on so much. And that's really kind of our main value at BRD is community. Like, we don't ever want to be that big faceless company that doesn't get it. Like, we get it, we've been there, and we always really rely on our community. So that's kind of how it got started, and it evolves every day, and it's always growing. But yeah.
That's so beautiful. Where did the name Brass Ring Dance come from?
Yeah. My dad was a big portion of me starting dance. We watched So You Think You Could Dance together all the time. And we were obsessed with it. We would bet on who we think would win. And I just remember like mimicking the dancing. And that's when I was like, oh, maybe I would like to dance, as my after school activity. So my dad passed away in my senior year. That's so American of me, in my last year of high school. Um, and yeah, I just always, I'm grateful for him and, kind of introducing me to dance in that funny way. So, when I had this idea, I wanted to name it after him, but my last name is really long. And I was like, I don't think like naming it his name, people are going to remember how to spell that or say it. So I named it after his boat, which is like, I was going to say his second love, but maybe his first love before me. But he loved his boat, and we always grew up on the boat and stuff. So, yeah, Brass Ring Dance, his boat was called the Brass Ring.
What a beautiful way to honor that memory and that like core start and your support, obviously, of your father and his support of dance and his love of you and dance. What is next for Brass Ring Dance and what's next for you?
With brass ring dance, I always say the next step is to take over the world. I hope that anywhere you look in Canada, in small towns, that we're there, that we're able to support young dancers in small towns all over. I hope that it's so accessible to everyone. So just slowly growing, taking on new communities, new studios, new dancers, and expanding our support is really the goal. For myself, I don't know what I'm doing next week, let alone next however long. The industry here is always so last minute, so I'm really excited to find that out.
How do people reach out to you? Where can they follow you for more information if they'd like to get involved? Potentially either studios or dancers?
Yeah, they can find us. Our website is just brassringdance.com. All of our socials are Brass Ring Dance. And I'm easily findable within all of those things. I'm the one answering all the emails.
Oh, I wish we had so much more time. You're so lovely. Thank you, Allie, so very much for joining us today and for everything that you're doing to uplift the next generation of artists. It is so, so important, honestly. It gives so many an opportunity to be able to dance, especially in those smaller communities. We're so happy to have had you. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks for having me. It's been so fun. Thanks so much, Allie. Bye.
Allie, thank you so much for joining us today and for everything you're doing to uplift the next generation of artists.
Up next, we're shifting from virtual to in studio as we meet two local leaders who are creating an inclusive space for dancers of all ages right here in Georgian Bay.
Sisters Deanne and Alyssa Service are the founders of Active Arts Dance Studio with locations in Thornbury and Wasaga Beach. They'll be joining us in the studio right after this quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to The Scoop. Our next guests are two sisters who've turned their passion for movement and mentorship into a thriving dance community.
Deanne, known to most as Dee, and Alyssa Service are the founders of Active Arts Dance Studio with locations in both Thornbury and Wasaga Beach.
Active Arts is open to everyone from toddlers to adults and beginners to seasoned dancers. Their focus is on building confidence, connection, and making dance accessible to everyone. Please welcome Dee and Alyssa Service.
Hello, ladies.
Can we just start with your story? Just how, who are you? How did you get to where you are today? And what made you start Active Arts?
Well, yeah, we are sisters. We grew up in the area and we've both just really thrived from our dance lives and experience and what it's brought to ourselves. We love connecting with other people, and that's what brought us to moving forward in this area. You know, we wanted to have that in our community and create that space together.
Yeah, we also knew making this space was important to us. We wanted to think about the three big things, which are accessible, approachable, and affordable. We grew up in a 3-kid single parent household, and we were multifaceted kids. I played hockey, she played hockey, we figure skated, we skied. So whether it's our competitive programming or our recreational programming or adult programming, we want our space to be accessed by all levels and ages and income levels and commitment levels. So if you want to do multiple things, our space allows you to do that.
And when did you open your doors?
2017.
2017.
Wow. Yeah, 2017. So we've been in Wasaga. It'll be 8 years in June, and then we've been in Thornbury since 2020.
Amazing. And you just moved into a new studio though in Thornbury.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had been working in a local community center there, and then just got the opportunity to get our own space in Clarksburg, Thornbury, and finished renovations there in the fall.
Wow. And lots of instructors at the studio, or mostly you two, or?
There's 2 of us, plus we have a couple others as well. Erin, who you've also interviewed before, Erin McAndrew is a part of our lovely team. We also have a few like university and high school students that also teach some of our littles and help with our assistants.
You offer a wide range of classes in your studio, everything from ballet and jazz to tap and hip hop. What can people expect when they sign up to take a class with you?
Yeah, a really fun time.
Nice.
Very important.
Yeah, no, I think the biggest thing is that we really want to inspire people to move in their own way. So, we want to help people learn new skills in that, but we really want people to be able to come into the dance floor and then walk away with, either a little bit of extra confidence or a new way of expressing themselves, and then like take that out into the world. So, we want you to be able to dance, but it's about growing as a human too. So.
Yeah, strong dancers make strong humans, and I think that's something that whether you're 2 or 18 or 92, that can something that you can take through your life. We really we focus on the fundamentals of the training, the fundamentals and the skills and all that, but we also believe in keeping the art in dance, and that it started with storytelling and showcasing creative concepts and your big feels as a human, right? Like we put a lot of what we feel into what we're doing, and we want to make sure that everybody feels the good vibes and comes in and learning how to move in their own unique way.
So, I mean, there are kids that start taking dance at, ages 2, 4, whatever, at the normal dance age. But then there's some that start later. And there's opportunities for kids that are starting maybe a little bit later than the average.
Yes, absolutely. Especially with our recreational program, we keep it doors open and approachable. So, if you're 13 years old and you've never done a dance class before, it's a pretty big thing to be going in. So yeah, we like to try to make it as welcoming as possible and get them in there and feeling good in their bodies. And same for adults too, it's a big thing to go in there and start to move. So yeah.
Outside of your classes, what else do you offer in terms of programs?
We offer a lot of different programming. We live in a day and age where just offering dance is one thing, but we like to make our studio a multi-purpose space. So we actually split into multiple sessions in a year. So we have our fall session, which you can commit to the fall session. Then we have our winter session, you can commit to that. Then the spring session. So right now we're in our spring session. We're actually still taking students. So if you are looking to join, whether it's you yourself or you have a child who wants to do something before maybe they start soccer or baseball, whatever's in the summer, they can jump in with us. They get to perform in a recital in June. Again, classes in both Thornbury and Wasaga. We'd love to have you. Then our competitive team right now is right in the middle of their competition season. So we'll kind of fly into June doing that. And then in the summer, we offer multiple programs. We offer summer camps, about 5 to 6 weeks every summer for just regular, more day programming. No dance experience required, 4 to 12 years of age. We dance, we craft, we go outside and play, we do water activities, we put on shows, theme days, tie-dyes. So if you want your kid to come home tired, send them to us and we will do that. But also, if you're a dancer who wants to keep up their summer training, we do offer intensive programs. And that's for if you are a competitive dancer or you're somebody who is looking into taking even just your dance to the next level, even if it doesn't go into the competitive realm. We also offer that multiple weeks and for multiple ages and skill levels. Yeah.
Amazing.
Fabulous.
I also saw on your website that you host birthday parties.
Yes, we do. We do host some magical birthday parties. We do birthday parties, and again, no dance experience required. We, like one of our facilitators will be there, and we dance. We also craft. We help play games.
So fun.
Yeah.
What about a 40-something birthday
Yes.
party?
I mean, why not?
Definitely. We also do space rentals as well. So if you're somebody who's looking to host something, whether it's, it could be a party, or it could, maybe you're a yoga teacher, or maybe you teach Pilates, or whatever it is, and you need a space, we'd love to chat to you.
And we have programming that we teach inside our studio, all our classes in that, but then we go out into the community as well. So Mondays, I have a really awesome group of people that I work with. It's a lunch and learn program. They're all seniors that dance. So we come in, we all start in chairs, and we have an awesome dance time there. And then, so different programs like that where we go out into the community and we're either dancing or helping people.
If you're a teacher and looking to fill your dance credit for your year, and maybe that's not something you're super confident with, we do go into public and private schools and are happy to teach your dance curriculum for you.
Wow. Well, you started multifaceted, and you're certainly still multifaceted. Oh my goodness.
Dance is for everybody, so why not spread it around, right?
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. Deanne and Alyssa, thank you so much for all that you do and for creating such a vibrant, welcoming space for dancers of all ages. But we're not done with you yet.
After the break, things are about to get a little bit competitive. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
What do you have in store for us? Welcome back to The Scoop. Before the break, we were chatting with Deanne and Alyssa Service, two sisters who are creating space for connection, confidence, and inclusivity through their dance studio, Active Arts.
But now we're going to put their focus and reflexes to the test with a little emoji challenge.
That's right. We're playing a little game I like to call Say What You Me-moji. Fair. All right. I deserve that. Okay, here's how it works. Okay, we've created 2 teams, and you are each going to get 2 sheets of emoji puzzles that represent phrases, idioms, or pop culture references. You're going to flip over your sheet at the same time, and you're going to race to decode the phrases.
Okay.
All right? Round 1 is your warm-up round. Okay? This is our easy sheet, and you get 30 seconds to solve as many as you can. Okay. If you are done before that 30 seconds, and you hit this buzzer, you get 1 extra bonus point.
Okay, we got
All right.
this.
You all see the clock here?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
30
Are
seconds
we ready?
is not a long time.
It's not.
30 seconds is not a long time.
Flip you right.
And go. Go. Oh, in 5 seconds.
I don't know.
This is a no contact.
Yeah.
All right, let's compare our answers.
If you can read.
If you can't read it, it shouldn't count.
All right. Number 1, you are correct. Mic drop.
Woo.
Bookworm. Does that say dance party?
Dance party.
Yes, dance party.
Movie night.
Movie night.
No
Iced
caps.
coffee.
Yes.
Ghosted. Ghosting.
Yeah.
Ghoster.
Mind blown is correct.
Oh.
And no cap. Does that
No
say no
caps.
cap?
Yeah.
All right, I think we're a tie.
Oh.
There's no cap. There's no F.
The youth
Thank
taught
you.
me that.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I don't know.
What does it mean?
You can tell us.
It's like
something good.
no, it's like no joke. Like
No,
Oh.
say no joke.
Yeah.
If any of our students watch this, they're gonna be. That was so
you
embarrassing.
guys are so old. Round 2. Shh. Round 2 is a little bit harder. Okay. So they're longer emoji trains, more decoding, and you will have 1 minute total to finish. My goodness, you guys are so stressed. And
Yeah,
so
we are.
competitive. Okay. The clock has started. Go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and.
We know these. We know those.
Yeah.
You got it. These were really long.
Wow.
Writing.
Okay, first one. Apple a day keeps the doctor away.
We didn't get that one.
Ducks in a row.
Yes.
Don't cry over spilled milk. Money does not grow on trees. Don't wake sleeping dogs. Oh no, don't let sleeping
dogs
lie. Yes. I don't know this one.
What is this?
What is this one?
We both, neither of us got it.
Curiosity?
Killed the
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And this one I guess don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
We got that one.
You got it down.
We knew what it was, we just never got it.
Yeah, well, you know.
Okay.
So are we tied then?
We're tied.
I think we're tied.
Woo!
All right. Well, that's the lamest fair game I ever did play.
Ladies, thank you for playing and proving that your emoji skills are as on point as your dance moves.
We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, Dee and Alyssa will be letting their dance moves do the talking.
They might even teach us a thing or two. Stick around.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to The Scoop. We're hanging out with Dee and Alyssa Service, co-founders of Active Arts Dance Studio in Thornbury and Wasaga.
We've been talking about dance and accessibility, but now we're going to see it in action.
Ladies, the floor is yours. Why don't you show us what Active Arts is all about?
Okay, so like we said, dance is for everybody, all humans, all ages, all bodies. So whether you want to follow us by standing or if you're somebody who would like to sit while doing this, you're more than welcome to. This is an easy follow along step. Dance is great for your mind, body, and soul. So feel free to follow along. All right, hit it, DJ.
Yeah, we're gonna just take our arms up. Yeah, and bring it back down. All right, point it across. Yeah. Bring it up and into your heart. Yes. Check it out. All right, strong pose, people. Yes, work it. Okay, we're gonna get ready to move here. Yeah. And we make our box step slow. Slow. And back. And we speed it up. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good, we're gonna repeat and we're gonna hustle to the left.
Hustle. Repeat it again.
Now bring it back to that box step.
Right. And left. Nice and slow.
Oh,
It's okay, that was good though.
ready, we disco.
Oh, you're gonna go fast one of these times? I'm waiting for him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good. And a big pose to finish. Nice.
Oh, it's the disco pose.
Good job. We're going. We're going. Wow, thank you so much, guys. That was amazing fun. I had a great time.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. From movement to masterpieces, next week we're heading into new territory with a tour through Collingwood's Antique Trail.
A huge thank you to our guests, Gregory, Allie, Laliberte, and Deanne and Alyssa Service.
So, what's the scoop, Georgian Bay? You tell us.
If you've got an event, story, or local business we should know about, pop us off an email or drop a comment below. We'd love to feature you.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.